Hello, all. Welcome back to Nyeras Education Institution. Today, we're going to be discussing about certain current affair topics related to science and technology and some international organizations. So the first topic is CAR T-cell therapy. Now, for cancer, there are different treatments. One is surgery, the other one is chemotherapy and medications orally given, of which these two are most popular. Now, chemotherapy involves passing radiations through our body, which will help kill the cancer cells, right? But it has side effects also. It might damage good cells. So this CAR T cell therapy is a big scientific innovation to treat cancer, right? Now, what is this CAR? The full form is chimeric antigen receptor T cell. Now, what does this technology do? How does it work? Here, a person's own cells are used to fight the cancer. Okay. For example, Mr. A is suffering from cancer. Now, he has to be treated with respect to this CAR cell therapy. So, Mr. A's cells are taken and T cells are made, and again, these T cells are infused into Mr. A's bloodstream. This will target the cancer cells and kill them. CAR cell therapy is target specific. It's target specific. So the chances of chain reaction to damage other good cells is less. Okay. Now what is T cell? It is a white blood cell, also known as lymphocytes. There is another type of white blood cell which is called as B cell. Now, overall, white blood cell gives us immunity to fight against any disease, virus, bacteria, etc. What is the difference between these T cell and B cell? T cell fights directly against diseases. Whereas B cell produces antibodies. This antibodies will latch on to the virus, bacteria, or any other infections and will kill it, thereby providing us immunity from these diseases. Now, why was this in news? India has developed its own cat cell therapy called as India has developed its own CAR cell therapy called as Next CAR 19. Now, what does this Next CAR 19 do? Now, we saw that in CAR cell, a person's own cells will be taken and T cells will be produced and it will be sent into the bloodstream of the person, which will help fight the cancer cells. This Next CAR will do the same thing. How the T cells so produced will fight the cancer cells? How will it identify the cancer cells? When the T cell is injected in the bloodstream, the cancer cells will be flanked like a marker. That is what Next CAR will do. It will mark the cancer cells, which will help the T cells to identify them and fight and kill it. Okay. This Next CAR is being approved by Central Drug Standard Control Organization. Okay. So this being about the CAR cell therapy. More information about this can be seen in the slides and the PDF, which will be uploaded in the Nyeras app. The next topic for the day is the international organizations. Now, we have all heard of ISA, International Solar Alliance. Right. This International Solar Alliance, it was the idea of this originated in COP 21, that is Paris Agreement. In 2015. This idea was proposed by India and France. Now, what was this idea? To bring together countries along the tropics, both Cancer and Capricorn, to form a group and to improve the usage of solar energy to fight climate change and slowly to replace the fossil fuel consumptions and the energy produced through it. In 2018, the ISA conducted a meeting. The outcome of which was it allowed membership to all the states of UN, that is United Nations. The ISA came up with an objective, that is target 1,000, to mobilize $1,000 million. Why? To install 1,000 gigawatts of solar energy plantations, which will help deliver the energy so produced to thousands of people, which in turn will help fight climate change. To reduce 1,000 tons of CO2 emissions per annum. Yes. Now, in 2018, India came up with a new initiative called as One Sun, One Grid. And one word. The objective of this was to connect different grids through one common grid and to transfer the solar energy. Okay. Similar initiative as Green Grid initiative was brought up by UK. Now, another organization called as IORA, that is Indian Ocean Rim Association. This organization had its origin in 1992, Mauritius, which was inspired by speech by Nelson Mandela in 1995, who expressed the idea of South Africa and other African countries with India to use the Indian Ocean region for maritime development, maritime security, and sustainably using the resources in the Indian Ocean region, such as blue economy, etc., for trade. Now, so more about this Indian Ocean Association, Rim Association, can be read from our slides. So topics related to organizations, how to approach them. First, their objectives, India's part in it. This will be our main area of focus. How the objectives or any actions, policies of these organizations are affecting India. This is how we need to approach organization specific topics. Not much in detail is required about it. Similarly, the cases related to Indian Ocean Rim Association. We know it had its origin in the 1995 speech given by Nelson Mandela, which eventually in 1997 the organization came into action. And India definitely is a member of it.